Hare Krishna, we are ready now. Jauraha Dhama Doma Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana Yashodanandana Rajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Radhamanoma Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhire Nasha Prayasha Badareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Yayo Tat Snana Vibhrasta Navakunkama Pinjaram Vritisho Api Pibanti Ambaha Payayanto Gaja Gajihi. Yayoho, in both of which rivers, Tatsnana, by bathing of them, the damsels of the heavenly planet, Vibhrasta, fallen off, Nava, fresh, Kunkuma, with Kunkuma powder, Penjaram, yellow, with Rishaha, not being thirsty, Api, even, Pivanti, drink, Ambaha, the water, Payayantaha, causing to drink, Gajaha, the elephants, Gajihi, the female elephants. After the damsels of the heavenly planet bathe in the water, it becomes yellowish and fragrant due to the kunkuma from their body. So the elephant come to bathe there with their wives and the she-elephant, and they also drink the water, although they are not thirsty. The airplanes of the heavenly denizens are bedecked with pearls, gold, and many valuable jewels. The heavenly denizens are compared to clouds in the sky, decorated with occasional flashes of electrical lightning. Hare Krishna, Supriti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The airplanes described in this verse are different from the airplanes of which we have experience. In the Srimad Bhagavatam and all the Vedic literatures, there are many descriptions of Vimana, which means airplanes. On different planets, there are different kinds of airplanes. On this gross planet Earth, there are airplanes run by machine, but on another planet, the airplanes are run not by machine but by mantric hymns. They are also used especially for enjoyment by the denizens of the heavenly planets so that they can go from one planet to another. On other planets, which are called Siddha Lokas, the denizens can travel from one planet to another without airplanes. The beautiful airplanes from the heavenly planets are compared here to the sky because they fly in the sky. The passengers are compared to the clouds. The beautiful damsels, the wives of the denizens of the heavenly planets, are compared to lightning. In summation, the airplanes with their passengers which came from higher planet to Kailasa were very pleasant to look at. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
While traveling, the demigod passed over the forest known as Saugandhika, which is full of varieties of flowers, fruits, and desire trees. While passing over the forest, they saw the regions of Yaksheshwara.
Purport: Yaksheshwara is also known as Kuvera, and he is the treasurer of the demigods. In the descriptions of him in Vedic literature, it is stated that he is fabulously rich. It appears from these verses that Kailasa is situated near the residential quarters of Kuvera. It is also stated here that the forest was full of desire trees. In Brahma Samhita, we learn about the desire tree, which is found in the spiritual world, especially in Krishna Loka, the abode of Lord Krishna. We learn here that such desire trees are also found in Kailasa, the residence of Lord Shiva, by the grace of Krishna. It thus appears that Kailasa has a special significance. It is almost like the residence of Lord Krishna.
In the celestial forest, there were many birds whose necks were colored reddish, whose sweet sound mixed with the humming of the bee. The lakes were abundantly decorated with the crying swan, as well as strong stemmed lotus flowers.
Purport. The beauty of the forest was intensified by the presence of various lakes. It is described here that the lakes were decorated with lotus flowers and with swans who played and sang with the birds and the humming bees. Considering all these attributes, one can imagine how beautiful this spot was and how much the demigods passing through enjoyed the atmosphere. There are many paths and beautiful.
Spots.
There are many paths and beautiful spots created by man on this planet Earth, but none of them can surpass those of Kailasa, as they are described in these verses.
All the atmospheric influence unsettled the forest elephant to flock together to sandalwood forest, and the blowing wind agitated the mind of the damsel there for further sexual enjoyment.
Purport. Whenever there is a nice atmosphere in the material world, immediately there is an awakening of the sexual appetite in the minds of materialistic persons. This tendency is present everywhere within this material world, not only on this earth, but in higher planetary systems as well. In complete contrast with the influence of this atmosphere on the minds of the living entities, within the material world is a description of the spiritual world. The women there are hundreds and thousands of times more beautiful than the women here in this material world, and the spiritual atmosphere is also many times better. Yet, despite the pleasant atmosphere, the minds of the denizens do not become agitated, because in the spiritual world, the Vaikuntha planets, the spiritualistic minds of the inhabitants are so much absorbed in the spiritual vibration of chanting the glories of the Lord that such enjoyment could not be surpassed by any other enjoyment, even sex, which is the culmination of all pleasure in the material world. In other words, in the Vaikuntha world, in spite of its better atmosphere and facilities, there is no impetus for sex life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 2.59, Param Drishtva Nivartate. The inhabitants of Vaikuntha are so spiritually enlightened that in the presence of such spirituality, sex life is insignificant.
They also saw the bathing yards and staircases made of Vaidurya money. The water was also full of lotus flowers. Passing by such lake, the demigod reached a place where there was a great banyan tree. The banyan tree was 800 miles high, and its branches spread all over 600 miles around. The tree cast a fine shade which permanently cooled the temperature, yet there was no noise of birds.
Purport. Generally, in every tree there are bird nests, and the birds congregate in the evening and create noise. But it appears that this banyan tree was devoid of nests, and therefore it was calm, quiet, and peaceful. There were no disturbances from the noise or heat, and therefore this place was just suitable for meditation. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
The demigods saw Lord Shiva sitting under the tree, which was competent to give protection, mystic yogis, and deliver all people. As grave as time eternal, he appeared to have given up all anger.
Purport. In this word, in this verse, the word Maha-yoga-maye is very significant. Yoga means meditation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Maha-yoga means those who engage in the devotional service of Vishnu. Meditation means remembering, Smaranam. There are 9 different kinds of devotional service, of which Smaranam is one process. The yogi remembers the form of Vishnu within his heart. Thus, there were many devotees engaged in meditation on Lord Vishnu under the big banyan tree. The Sanskrit word Maha is derived from the affix Mahat. This affix is used when there is a great number of quantity. Or Maha-yoga indicates that there were many great yogis and devotees meditating on the form of Lord Vishnu. Generally, such meditators are desirous of liberation from material bondage, and they are promoted to the spiritual world, to one of the Vaikunthas. Liberation means freedom from material bondage or nuisance. In the material world, we are suffering life after life because of our bodily identification, and liberation is freedom from that miserable condition of life.
Lord Shiva sat there surrounded by saintly persons like Kuvera, the master of Guhyakas, and the 4 Kumaras were already liberated souls. Lord Shiva was grave and saintly.
Purport. The personality sitting with Lord Shiva was significant because the 4 Kumaras were liberated from birth. It may be remembered that after their birth, these Kumaras were requested by the father to get married and beget children in order to increase the population of the newly created universe. But they refused, and at that time, Lord Brahma was angry. In that angry mood, Rudra or Lord Shiva was born. Thus, they were intimately related. Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, is fabulously rich. Thus, Lord Shiva's association with the Kumaras and Kuvera indicates that he has all transcendental and material opulences. Actually, he is the qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his position is very exalted. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One more. The demigods or Lord Shiva is situated in his perfection as master of the senses, knowledge, fruitive activity in the path of achieving perfection. He was friend of the entire world, and by virtue of his full affection for everyone, he was very auspicious. Yes, continue, Mataji. Supriti.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Lord Shiva is full of wisdom and tapasya austerity. One who knows the modes of work is understood to be situated on the path of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One cannot serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead unless one has achieved full perfectional knowledge in the ways and means of performing devotional service. Lord Shiva is described here as Adishwara. Ishvara means controller, and Adishwara means particularly controller of senses. Generally, our materially contaminated senses are apt to engage in sense gratificatory activities, but when a person is elevated by wisdom and austerity, the senses then become purified and they become engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is the emblem of such perfection, and therefore in the scriptures it is said, Vaishnavanam yata Shambhu. Lord Shiva is a Vaishnava. Lord Shiva, by his actions within this material world, teaches all conditioned souls how to engage in devotional service 24 hours a day. Therefore, he is described here as Lokamangala, good fortune personified for all conditioned souls. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vidya tapo yoga patam asitam tam adhishwaram charantam veshaso hridam vasalyaloka mangalam. The demigods or Lord Shiva is situated in the perfection as the master of the senses, knowledge, fruitive activities, and path of achieving perfection. He was the friend of the entire world, and by his virtue, all of his full affection for everyone, he was very auspicious. Hare Krishna, audio is clear? Shubha Moga. The Hindi class is at 8 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So now we have a beautiful situation. Audio is clear now? Okay. We can learn from Lord Shiva how to be a great leader. There was once a meeting and they called it Leadership Sangha. Everybody went. You call it Servant Sangha, nobody will go. That's so funny. Okay? People like to hear. Well, everybody wants to be a leader. You already have a leader, natural leader, Srila Prabhupada. We all have to learn how to be actually a servant. But anyway, for the title, leadership quality. So we learn, we have to improve all of us and see the situation. Just imagine the kind of facilities Lord Shiva is having. He's almost living in Vaikuntha. Prabhupada says, almost like Vaikuntha. There are even trees, what do you call them? Wish-fulfilling trees are also there. Beautiful description of Kailasha you all heard. And finally, the focus of whole Kailasha goes to one personality, Lord Shiva. So Devatas are traveling through Kailasha and they're all wonderstruck by the facilities there. Beautiful lakes, beautiful garden, amazing birds, amazing trees, animals. Everything is mind-boggling there. Extremely beautiful. And Lord Shiva, finally the focus is Lord Shiva. Just like we in Brahma Samhita also, there is a very nice description of Golokadha. Chintamani pragar sadma shukalpa vriksha lakshavratesh surabhi abhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasya shata samrava sevyamanam Govindam adi purusham tamam. Chintamani, the whole land is, the jewels of Chintamani are making the designs on the floor. There are millions of kalpa vriksha, which they are finding also in Kailasha, kalpa vriksha. Laksha, how many? Not one. Laksha. And there are millions of cows, Surabhi cows all around. And then the gopis, Lakshmi Sahasra Shata. Sahasra means 1,000, Shata means 100, millions of Lakshmis or gopis all around. And then the focus comes. Sevyamana, with great respect, they are ready to offer respect to Lord Krishna. Then the focus comes on the personality around him, this opulence is there. And what is that? Venum kanantam aravinda dalayataksham, barha vasamtam asitambuda sundaranga, kandarpa koti kamaniya visheshovam govindam adipurshati. So then it goes to Krishna, and it is so beautiful. He's having a flute in his hand, there is beautiful peacock feather in his hand. Venum kanantam aravinda dalayataksham. Varaha, Vasamta, Asitambuddha, so beautiful form. Asita, Ambuddha, Sundarangam. Sundarangam means very, very beautiful form. Kandarpa Koti, so beautiful that millions of Cupid cannot compare to the beauty of that form. And that is Krishna. So Lord Krishna's great servant, Lord Shiva, who is almost having, like milk and curd, the power, opulence and of Lord Krishna, is also a great, wonderful personality. And what the shloka says here, full of tapasya, full of wisdom, full of austerity. Imagine generally what happens in this world. You see the leaders, they're endowed with certain facilities. You go to meet governor. Yesterday we were in a meeting with the governor, and the kind of opulence, the kind of state honor he gets, it's mind-boggling. So we do like to have such positions. Many people do that. They work whole life to somehow reach such positions. And with these positions comes certain kind of respect. With these positions comes certain kind of facilities. But the point is, can we deliver the goods? Just like Srila Prabhupada gives a joke. So today the judge has not come. So the clerk is sitting. Yes, I think I can sit on that seat. Yeah, you can do that. But then when the arguments start, big lawyers start their argument, will you be able to handle? Obviously, not be able to handle. Correct? But if you just think about the position of a judge, it's quite attractive. The government gives him a bungalow, he has a government car, he has so many facilities that actually he cannot spend his salary. It's just saving because so much facilities are there in many posts, you cannot touch your salary. There's no need to spend one paisa. Facilities are so big. So it looks like, for a clerk, so attractive to take the post of the judge. But he should really see, actually, I have no qualification. So coming to this material world, we have come because of not only trying to take the post of a judge, we all came because we want to take the post of Krishna. We didn't think about small. We thought about something very big. And Krishna said, you all want to be like me. Yeah, I'll create a place for you, kingdom of illusion, where each one of you can artificially have a post like. So forget about even Lord Krishna, even his great servant Lord Shiva. Therefore his position is so exalted. Many people, when they hear the glories of Lord Shiva, and even the prayers being offered to Lord Shiva now here, they think he is the Supreme Lord. They think. That is their misfortune. Okay? But you see here, what I am not pointing in this position, but look at the qualities he is having. Imagine you go to some state governor or some chief minister or prime minister, the amount of facilities is mind-boggling. You go to meet the president of India, what are the facilities? You heard about Mughal garden? It's a huge garden. How much garden people have? Maybe they have 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent. It's acres of beautiful garden he has for his daily walk. So many facilities. But then at the end of it, you meet the person, is he able to deliver the goods? We are really in doubt. Is he able to deliver? Why the state gives so much facilities? Prabhupada points out this even for human life. He says so much facilities are there just by being a human. We are having so much facilities just by being human. We don't have to really struggle like animals in so many ways. You look at the birds, constant fear of being eaten up. Every species is in fear, anxiety. In that way, we are messed up, but otherwise human life means it's a life of lot of facilities. Such intellect being given, the body having such degree of freedom, is actually a very comfortable body with the great facilities being endowed. Therefore, many times the acharyas have said, Uttishta Jagrita Prapta Varan Nibodha. Arise and awaken. You got a great boon. What is the boon? The human body. But be careful. So anyway, now this great boon has been given of the human body, the great facility. And then with facility comes all the animals, birds. Now they're not mature enough to look in that way. But just imagine all the birds and animals look at you. They don't have this kind of body in which you can even think of going back to Godhead. They don't have that facility. They don't have the maturity to think like that. But actually, nothing should be special, no? Now, Krishna is standing on the chariot of Arjuna. Now, anybody who has common sense will know, my God, look at his fortune. The Lord is standing on his chariot. If anybody had the knowledge there, will be thinking about the fortune of Arjuna. The Supreme Lord is personally on his chariot. But having that fortune, Arjuna also has to show responsibility of his behavior, which he did. Krishna is born to Vasudeva and Devaki. If anybody on earth has common sense, my God, look at the fortune. The Lord is born at their home. My God. Look at Vasudeva and Devaki, or so Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. What a fortune. The Lord is playing in their house. You look at the Gopas playing with Krishna, the meditation is there of the Acharyas. What is their fortune? Krita Punya Pumcha. How much fortunate they are. What pious activities they must have done for millions of births to get a facility like that. But then, with getting a fortune like that, comes a responsibility. Now, Lord Shiva, one side is that we see him with this, my God, unimaginable opulence. Now, this kind of opulence, if suppose a billionaire also wants, he cannot get. That much money is not there on earth planet. Shishi Radha Govinda ki. That much money is not there on earth planet. All the people on earth bring all the money and try to give one person that facility cannot give what Lord Shiva is having. Such wealth, such beautiful nature all around. Oh my God, you cannot even imagine. But then, when the focus goes on Lord Shiva, oh my God, it's so tapasvi. The first is it's full of wisdom and tapasya. Both the things are there in them. Extremely austere and full of knowledge, full of wisdom, full of realizations. He has everything with him. He has Kuvera, we just heard about Kuvera. Unlimited wealth he has at his disposal. Prabhupada is saying he is having both spiritual and material world. He's also having 4 Kumaras sitting with him. And later few verses, he will be instructing Narada. Narada is sitting like a disciple in front of him. So he has all spiritual wealth, he has all material wealth, everything. But he is fit for that position. For us, we only desire, but we want, when we hear the pleasures of, this heaven, we also feel attracted. But then, we are not fit for any one of those things. Therefore, in a human form of life itself, when somebody doesn't behave responsibly, he doesn't get human life again. That will be taken away. Because he is not fit. True, animals can't judge it, but won't they feel so envious, You got such a great body, but your behavior is less than us. We don't smoke, we don't drink. He's doing that, and still he has a human body. Why he should get? We behave in activities less than animals, then don't think that you will continue to have human birth. You were given a privilege because of your past activities. You got a privilege. You got a great boon of human form of life. Most of the time, people are crying about what they don't have. That's how the people are. Don't you think you should get more salary? That is what is always you deserve more salary. All the, the job companies online or physically, that's their logo. And people say, yes, I deserve more. So people always think about more rights, more facilities. But actually, person does not think reverse way. A gentleman doesn't think about his rights. Gentleman thinks, do I deserve what I have? Now come back to Dhritarashtra, our famous punching bag. We always take him as an example. Now, did he think he was always crying, I was not the king, his right said I should be the king, even though he's blind, he's disqualified. But did he think another way? Am I qualified for these things? Am I qualified to sit actually in a palace? I killed this 100 children of a bird. I removed her eyes. Am I qualified to have Bhishma as my elder? Am I qualified to have Vedavyasa as my father? Am I qualified for daily Yudhura coming to guide me? Actually, I feel I'm not qualified for all this. Am I doing justice to what has been endured to me? Can't we think like that? And actually, if you think like that, you will get more. Now, just like, suppose you give to somebody 100 rupees. Okay? So please go get something. Instead of thinking that, he should have given me 10,000, he's thinking, am I qualified to use this 100 rupees? He is so much bestowed upon me trust to give me 100 rupees. Can I responsibly act with this? Now just imagine, Hare Krishna, sorry for interruption. We are having some power problem yesterday. Okay, now it's fine. Let me check my audio is proper. Yes, it's okay. So now I'm just look at it. So instead of always crying for what you don't have, no, God gives you more than you deserve. What He has given you, please show you are worthy of that. He has given you a chance, just like when you give 100 rupees to somebody, can you go and get me some vegetables? Actually, He has already invested some trust in you. And then with that money, if you responsibly act, the money will expand. A dog you have, very irresponsible, took the example many times. If you behave responsibly, the rope will become bigger and bigger. And very responsible, one day, the rope will be removed. You are free. So similarly, we are bound to this material world. We are limited. We always look in one angle. See, I'm limited. See, Shiva is sitting like this. Why? No, when we could envy the position of Krishna, what is Shiva? I also want like that, Krishna, Kailasha Hill, all huge banyan tree, so many hundreds of miles high, sitting, with beautiful Parvati, with beautiful lakes. I also want like that. Yes, then we could envy Krishna position, what is Shiva? But instead of that, meditate on what God has bestowed upon you and try to act responsibly. Will you look at the qualities of Lord Shiva? Always on Samadhi on Lord Krishna. He is the topmost Vaishnava. We are not there, please. We are not in that position. Always thinking. Prabhupada talks about few purports later. He's always thinking. Just like we had Advaita Acharya, who is Sadashiva himself. And what was Advaita Acharya thinking? Like same mood as Lord Shiva. How to deliver this conditioned soul. Thinking good for all the living entities. In total peace, purity, in complete control of the senses, full of tapasya, full of austerities, full of wisdom. Where are we? So don't artificially think of imitating somebody. What God has bestowed upon you. See, the today's word is totally different. We meditated on this when Yudhishthira Maharaj won the war. He was rather thinking, now came in front of Yudhishthira Maharaj the post of the emperor. And what he was thinking, yeah, I proved it. No? He was thinking, actually, I'm not qualified for this post. Why? Because I just killed my own cousins to get this post. This is not qualification. Somebody kills his cousins, should rather go to hell. Somebody, actually millions of people have died. There's nothing so special about me. I really think about the war. The whole war was replacing Duryodhana with me. What is so special about me? I think he was ruling quite well. He was totally thinking of, his disqualification. Not thinking of what he doesn't have, but rather was thinking that what he had and what he did with that. Whatever God had given me, I misused that. He was thinking in that way. He said that even if I go to hell for millions of years, I don't think it will satisfy it. I deserve so much to be punished. He was not thinking of being honored. He was thinking, I am fit to be punished. When Haridas Thakur was being caned in the marketplaces, please meditate on this. He was thinking he deserves more punishment. We are reverse. All the time we are thinking, I should be honored. I was not honored there. I should be honored. Aren't we thinking like that? Not enough. I should be honored more. And Haridas Thakur, when it's being, suppose we are being killed, you are actually honored, but actually I am being dishonored. Haridas Thakur was not thinking like that. I am Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Even Advaita Acharya gave me the first Shada Patra. Even Lord Chaitanya takes it with so much respect. And you don't know, actually I'm Brahma and incarnation of even Prahlad together, combined incarnation. What are you beating me up? You're not thinking like that. He taught by his own very example. So instead of all the time thinking I have to be honored, rather become honest and truthful. We ought to be punished at every time, which is a fact. If you are truthful, if you are honest, every movement of meditation should be actually I deserve to be punished. And when the punishment comes, like Parikshit Maharaj, when the death penalty came, fine, I deserve it. He didn't feel, can I do something about it? Can I tell the child I'm sorry? Can you withdraw the curse? He didn't think that. I deserve. He was rather thinking, I deserve to be punished so much that I can stop this sinful activities. When Haridas Thakur was beaten in the marketplace, what he was thinking? I deserve more punishment. My Lord, this is not enough. Was he thinking, I should be honored? But he was saying, no. Tatya anukampam susikshamanam bhunjana atmapkritam vipakam hridvag vapobi vidadam namaste jive naya pukti pade sadayavag. You want to go back to Godhead? This is meditation. Tatya anukampam susikshamana. My Lord, Please be merciful upon me. Please be merciful upon me. And in case there is any suffering, I deserve more. Atmakritam vipakam. These sufferings are due to my own sinful activity. Hridavag bhububi vidadham namaste. In any condition, with body, mind, and words, worshipping the Lord, jivena yomukti pade dadayabad, such a person is eligible to go back to Vaikuntha. Is going back to Vaikuntha is his right. Daya bhak. That's what Prabhupada translates. It becomes so easy. Now just imagine what is our position. What are we thinking? Isn't thinking? You go to your office, I should be honored, everybody should get up. Externally, drama goes on. Now you are the boss in a company, you enter and somebody is putting his back with his mobile watching you there. Externally, drama goes on. But internally within the heart, we should be convinced actually. And you behave normally in the world. Now don't go to office and your driver gets up. Don't get up, yeah. Actually, I am not fit for honor. I am fit for punishment. Don't do all that. This is not in crazy society. This is among gentlemen, Vaishnava. Prabhupada says we are so few, except for very few Vaishnavas in the world. Actually, everybody is crazy. Everybody is running around this world seeking honor. But actually, all of us, we left the lotus feet of Krishna. Don't you think we deserve punishment for that itself? What a great step we took. Very intelligent we are. So intelligent we are, we left the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. This is our intelligence. And you want to be honored? You want to be honored after that? Where we deserve honor? We only deserve punishment. So therefore, whenever suffering comes, my Lord, yes, I deserve more. And when somebody says, hey, you're an idiot, I actually deserve more. What is this? Is small. We can shout a little more. This is actually real humility. Humility is not an external show. It's a realized fact in the heart that I don't deserve any honor. I'm not fit for honor. And whatever I have, even though I'm undeserving, whatever God has given me, like Dhritarashtra would have thought in this way, whatever God has given me. He gave me such a chaste wife. Can't even imagine why she's so chaste. And and such a palace, wealth, for somebody like me, who just mercilessly killed the 100 children of a bird, who removed the eyes of a bird, mercilessly, for such a person to get so much wealth. I don't deserve, my Lord. I don't know why you are so kind to me. Had it been like that, he would have been a different personality. But rather than that, he was thinking, why I'm not the king, They could have made me the king. I'm just blind, But I think I would have done the job. He is not thinking of his unlimited disqualifications. He is not thinking of that. So nepotism, so attached to his own son, he showed so much disqualification, not only the eyes. He showed continuous disqualifications. He's not thinking of his disqualification. He's just thinking about that one thing, I should have been the king. Aren't we all like Dhritarashtra? Always thinking to be honored. We're never meditating on our disqualification. Never meditating. Did Duryodhana meditate on his disqualification? No. He just wanted, I want to be the king and I'll do anything for that. He's not thinking. So, becoming introspective means to actually meditate on our disqualification. To always meditate, whatever God has actually given me, I don't deserve it. Can I be responsible with what God has given me? I want more honor. I want more position. I want more facilities. Aren't we like this only? In a wretched stage of consciousness, this is our consciousness. Can't we just think like this? My Lord, I don't deserve anything you have given me. Can I be responsible with this? And here we have position of Lord Shiva. Always meditating. Don't you think this is what the leaders should do? Always in great compassion, thinking how to save all the living entities suffering in this world. Therefore, he prayed to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please come down, my Lord. I don't think I'm able to reclaim this tough nuts who are unwilling to serve you. Please come down. Just imagine. And praying with great heart. Can you imagine his compassion? Why he has to do that? He is Sadashiva. He is already in a perfect situation. Why he has to do this? Out of compassion. He's putting Tulsi, he's tried himself to save the conditioned soul. Why? Compassion. Do we even know what is the quality of compassion? We don't even know. It's a very big thing. Arjuna was having tears of compassion. Tam tatha kripaya vishtam. He proved he's a great person. And same way Lord Shiva, this intense compassion, tears in his eyes. My Lord, you have to come down. He's offering Tulsi to the Shaligram Shila. He knows the Lord says, I become purchased by a devotee who offers me just Tulsi. He's offering Tulsi and praying to the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna. Please, my Lord, come down. I am not able to help this conditioned soul. Can't even imagine. What is this consciousness which is constantly thinking about our own gratification, which is become like a stone, yes, hard-hearted like a stone, like iron, like a steel, so cold we are, and just think the golden heart of Advaita Acharya, and that is Lord Shiva. Is not different. That's Lord Shiva. Always thinking. He had to punish Daksha because actually he had to stop Daksha from his nefarious activity. Because of Daksha's disqualification, it had become so painful, his disqualification, his offensive behavior, that somebody in pain even gave up the life. Just imagine, this person had to be stopped. He had to be stopped. His activities are becoming so painful for subordinate that somebody even gave up the life, unbearable, because of his offensive behavior. Sati could not even bear his disqualification. So much pain he gave that imagine somebody is such a person that he giving so much pain that somebody commits suicide. That person has to be stopped. So when Lord Shiva killed Daksha, it is not out of envy or anger. It is actually out of, we have to do it as a leader to stop him from his foolishness. Okay. And anyway, now he is calm, peaceful. He's going to bless him and Daksha, give him a life again with the goat head, because his head has already been, Virabhadra had offered on the yagna, he's burnt already, and Daksha will offer prayers to Lord Shiva. And here all the great sages are going, and they are seeing what all facilities, all this thing, Lord Shiva is so deserving of all this. No envy. So great he is. So great he is. They're just watching that. He's such a great personality. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Today we are sorry a bit late because yesterday there was some so-called honor. We have to go to sit next to the governor. So we had so a lot of time went away, coming back very late. We could meet some important dignitaries to invite them to our temple. So we took the opportunity, but we got a bit late. So whole program was topsy-turvy. Also, we have been having problem with the power here. So some bit of difficulties. Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
That photo, who
Hare
is
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanyavad, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Prabhuji in the Panchatattva photo, who is Advaita Acharya Prabhuji?
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita. Advaita is Shiva.
In that photo, which one is Advaita Acharya Prabhu?
There, no?
Yeah.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Advaita with the dadi.
Oh, okay.
On
Thank
left
you.
side.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna, chalo.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So keep chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.